conversation. So,
all right, in the meantime, the Senate has confirmed the appointment of former Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, as Nigeria's new Minister of Defense following a rigorous 5-hour screening by lawmakers on Wednesday. During the confirmation hearing, General Musa faced tough questions on recent security lapses, including the withdrawal of troops from Government Comprehensive Girls Secondary School in Maga, Kebbi State. General Musa assured the Senate that he would immediately set up a full-scale investigation into the troop withdrawal once he assumes office, and vowed to probe the recent killing of a brigadier commander in Borno State, Brigadier General Musa Uba, and other attacks targeting military officers. Well, during the screening, General Musa also declared a hardline stance against negotiating with criminals, stating that such negotiations compromise national security. Let's take a look.
No one individual can do this together. We must work. So it says no to negotiation. There is no negotiation with any criminal. And I think that should be made very, very clear. We are working together. We're going to work together with the NSS office to ensure that states don't adopt such things, because those things compromise security. And to tell those that nobody, if you negotiate with them, they will never abide by it. It's just a moment. When they do that, they want to buy time to buy more arms, and then they were going to come. And we have seen it repeatedly. There are even localities that have done that. They still come after them. So, sir, it's a total ban on that, total ban on illegal mining.
Well, the screening session saw moments of tension when Senator representing Niger East, Sani Musa, suggested that General Christopher Musa be allowed to take a bow and go, prompting protests from lawmakers before Senate President Godswill Akpabio intervened firmly, rejecting the suggestion, stating that Nigerians deserve to hear from General Musa at the time when security concerns remain high. He cited pressure from the United States over security concerns in Nigeria, stating that even Donald Trump is on our neck. Let's take a look.
We are not asking him questions because we don't like him. We're asking him questions because our constituents would have loved to ask him questions at a time like this. So if we come here and we do politics of bow and go, this is not a period we should say bow and go. Even Donald Trump is on our neck. We have not yet asked him what his response will be to Donald Trump, the President of America. He is not just anybody. Chief of Defense Staff, a nominee for a Minister of Defense of a country, and you stand up and say you should take a bow and go, with so many questions on the mouth of Nigerians, with over 200 Nigerian children in the bush, kidnapped and being tortured. His appointment is heralded all over Nigeria with happiness, because Nigerians believe he has something to offer. Give the man an opportunity to give Nigerians hope.
Well, this is a far departure from the Senate's usual rubber stamp bow and go practice. Some people online say the practice was rejected because of international pressure. I'll take some posts on X. Before I come to you, Akan wrote, if not for Donald Trump, Akpabio would never have read the terms of his engagement as Senate President. Hope he maintains this energy for other pressing national issues. Another ex-user wrote, and hailing Akpabio, saying, distinguished sir, you have earned my respect for this singular act. The era of take a bow and go just like that as a nominee minister can no longer be accepted in this crucial time of heightening insecurity. All government appointees must be scrutinized. Finally, an ex-user wrote, politics aside, Akpabio asked some genuinely pertinent questions. It's clear that even within Nigeria's leadership circles, there is an awareness of the pressure coming from the United States and a need to respond thoughtfully. And also in the meantime, speaking about, General Musa and, the zero tolerance on negotiations with terrorists, the House of Representatives on Wednesday called on the federal government to reveal the financiers behind terrorism and banditry in Nigeria. The House resolved that the people backing kidnappings and banditry in the country should be named, sanctioned, and persecuted, while also stating that all terrorism-related persecutions should be open, expeditious and transparent. The lawmakers also demanded that the federal government open a new special court specifically dedicated to terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping. These are all the right moves in the right direction. We've always called for these people to be named and shamed. Now the lawmakers are even calling for a special court for the prosecution. Now your thoughts on Akpabio even referencing Donald Trump, that hey, Donald Trump is on our neck at this point. This international pressure, the pressure is getting worse.
It's getting worse.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll begin with the special courts because this is something that then the Minister of Defense, who is about to be confirmed, has always advocated for as part of his measures that he felt would, would curb and help us to deal with the menace. However, the conflict now becomes the fact that under the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act, there is permission for some of these procedures to be done without media and without that transparency that we seek. It is one of the, that's where it gets a little bit complicated because of issues around national security and implications to national stability. Having said that, I think it's a step in the right direction. Now, to yesterday's proceedings, heated proceedings, and I say thank God, I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but thank God for the leadership of Senate President Akpabio and his intervention, because if not, we wouldn't have seen that sort of rigorous screening session. And our only hope is that although the ambassadorial nominees are being screened behind closed doors, we hope that there's the same rigor happening for them as well. So on that note, I say that was an important development. However, on another note, I say, my goodness me, it breaks my heart when the fear of a white man is what makes us spring into action. It says a lot. However, this is where we are. A Caucasian across the Atlantic has issued a warning, and we, like good blacks...
A Caucasian across the Atlantic?
Yes, and we, like good blacks, are now terrified.
The United States president, the most powerful man
Listen,
in the world.
There are several presidents who have stood up to past American presidents. However, there are genuine issues. And I think this is what we should focus on, right? Is that although we can't, I don't want to kill the messenger because I have a problem with the messenger, but it's okay. We're here now, and it's unfortunate that it wasn't the voice of the constituents, the voice of the Nigerians who are dealing with this menace day on, day out, that sprung our people into action. That's why I made reference to the gentleman across the Atlantic. However, having said that, and I'm a Trump fan, but I'm an African first. I'm an African first. I'm an African first.
Good, I like
Fantastic
that too.
Responses from the incoming Minister of Defense. What did he speak about? He spoke about withdrawing our military from checkpoints. He said we need these boots on the ground.
Absolutely.
They need to be in action, but we're wasting them because when they're doing the work that civil defense should be able to do at checkpoints. He spoke about budgets. He talked about the cost of the medium-range missiles. He said 150 million naira just for one, whether it strikes the target or not. This is the kind of thing we're talking about. And he said that in the past, there's been so much interference, there has been sabotage. And I love the fact that he's a man who has lived and tasted the experience. He knows where the shoe pinches. And I hope that he will get the necessary political will. Because, of course, we know that he sits in a cabinet of ministers. He doesn't make unilateral decisions over anything. However, his experience is going to be valuable. From an administrative side, the weight of expectation on his shoulders is high, but I hope he will prove to be up to the task. Because people are asking, what will he do differently now as minister that he didn't do as CDS? And we have to remind people that Minister of Defense is a much more influential post.
And speaking well. And speaking about that, he has to now deal with Bello Matawalle, whose topic we discussed earlier yesterday, who, I think is slightly, or not, I wouldn't say slightly, absolutely different from Musa, who say no negotiation with terrorists. Yesterday, we saw Metawalle's 2020 video, I believe it was 2021 video, talking about the fact that, these not all bandits are criminals. I wonder how they would, work together at this point. But I wanted to touch on Akpabio really quickly. Just a quick sentence on Akpabio, because I know this is what our viewers want to hear. When he was talking about Trump is on our neck. Just a quick comment.
No, simply, he was just referring to the fact that...
Yes, we know what he was referring to. I just wanted your analysis on it.
No. My analysis is simply that he was reminding everyone of international pressure.
Correct.
And that the subject of appointment of a Minister of Defense is not something you can say bow and go.
Bow and go.
Yeah, and he got the support of almost everybody in the room. Yeah. And they went on to discuss. And I've condemned that Sani Musa, the senator from Niger East.
The same Niger State that we had.
He demonstrated very embarrassing simple-mindedness. And that these people we elect to the Senate, they should know that, it's serious work.
Serious business.
To bow and go where? No, that nonsense should never be recommended again.
Absolutely. From Niger State, the same Niger State that they have their girls kidnapped at this point, just so that we can move.
International pressure, and while it's very good because the world is a global village, but I'm hoping that we can return power to the office of the citizen, because the senators are representatives of the people, and the greatest fear for them to spring them to action should be what the citizens think or what they feel or the pressure put on them by the citizens of Nigeria. It shouldn't have to take an external personality to do that, and that's why I'm saying let us restore the power back to the office of the citizen, where Nigerian citizens can actually hold their senators, representatives to account.
Right, well said. And Vimba, you made mention of some of the things that General Musa was talking about, even like investing in our security architecture and infrastructure as well. Meanwhile, a new video of a soldier breaking down the painfully low salaries of officers in the army is making the rounds on social media. In the video, the soldier states that soldiers currently make 104,000 naira once they join the military. Let's take a look.
A soldier's salary is 104,000 if you enter. If you don't spend 5 years, they give you new rank. Your salary is 112,000 naira. If you spend 10 years, they give you another rank, which is corporal. You earn 115,000 naira. That is, if you spend 5 years and if you spend 10 years, the difference of the salary is 3,000 naira, 112,000 and 115,000. If you spend 15 years in the service, 15 years, your salary is 125,000 naira. Then if you spend 20 years in the service, your salary is 150,000 naira. This implementation starts this year. And maybe let me say approximately inside 150,000 naira, your wife will call you, your mother will call you. If you get children a day, you yourself you won't eat, you won't buy another clothes. Your friend one or two, you want okay, let me give you small thing. You won't buy data, you won't save. Transportation, it's all that money. So I just tell you so that you go know, make it not be as if nobody enlighten you before you join. Yeah. So just get unclear. That's the salary structure for now. You understand?
This was quite shocking, Vimba Ayo. I mean, earlier this year, members of the Senate called for the federal government to increase soldiers' entry salary, stating that soldiers in other African countries earn much more than their Nigerian counterparts. In Ghana, the entry-level pay is equivalent to 180,000 naira. In South Africa, 250,000 naira. And in Kenya, it's around 200,000 naira. Was it yesterday we took the story of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or, also encouraging people to donate to that legion as well. And he's also vowed to try to make sure that the welfare of even veterans are taken care of. But we also need to see this sort of increment in their salaries as well to complement, because these are the people that are out there. They're in the forefront. They are fighting Boko Haram, ISWAP. Well, in Enugu State, Governor Peter Mba is revamping the state's forest guard in a bid to strengthen security across the state by equipping the guards with highly sophisticated weapons to protect citizens. In a new video trending on social media, the guards were seen displaying their new weapons. Let's take a look.
Cease your fire! Cease your fire! Cease your fire! I will tell you one thing today. If you hold this gun, somebody with the GPMG, on ambush, you get him down. Once you hold this gun, firmly, the enemy starts in the front. or side, left or right. If you don't you carry Odechi, that person will go down. This is not, you don't go school. Once you move.
Even if you carry Odechi will go down. That's like you're the jazz. Even if you carry jazz, you have nowhere to run to. We'll fire you. Well, the forest guards will be tasked to, with protecting the forest as well as environmental security across the state. This move solidifies Governor Peter Mbah's efforts to strengthen and professionalize forest security across the state. Dr. Vati, your thoughts quickly on this story.
Very quickly. On the video from the soldiers.
Yes.
This morning, one of the headline topics we discussed was 100 billion being earmarked for training and for police, colleges. But the point was also made that it is important to address the welfare of these soldiers and policemen and security agents. And then to make sure that their mindset, that was the word that Ayo used this morning, is such that they will be willing to fight. But this is from Vodina Anidov.
Yes.
That Vodina Anidov. Is it not one of these Russian bots?
Well, that is his TikTok account. He's a soldier on TikTok. Yeah, he posted that on TikTok.
Just to be sure.
Yeah, it's his TikTok account.
Now,
he posts all these things.
As for Enugu State.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to the Enugu State government. Under Dr. Mbah, there is an attempt to re-energize, revitalize what is called the Enugu State Security Trust Fund. Now, I sat on the pioneer board of the Lagos State Trust Fund. And anytime I have the opportunity, I try to say that Lagos State has the best security trust fund. And other states have been trying to emulate Lagos State. So it's good to see, Enugu State doing the same thing. And it's part of all of that you have these forest guards that Enugu State is coming up with. Now, they've been given weapons. They will also need training.
Yes.
Now, this pump action that they are carrying, these are the people that they want to fight in the forest, those ones carry AK-47. So I don't know whether pump action can tackle AK-47.
Really?
Well, these guns have range. They have level. So, in other words, training is very important. They will need other things apart from pump action. The man who is supposed to be their commander, he says, ceasefire.
Yes.
Ceasefire.
They also have the drones.
That's why training is important.
They invested in the drones.
They will even need machete. They will need knives. They will need... And since the government is committed to security, that's a good thing. Now, those guns should not be used against civilians. Because their job is inside the forest, not outside. Before you know it now, they will move from the forest to the main road and be looking for motorists and be using the gun to harass the civilians in Enugu State. That should not happen. So those are the basic details.
I know, right?
But the concept of it, is good.
I think has done a lot of work
and you have
in
been
investing.
And they should learn from the example of Lagos State.
You're always saying
because
that.
we have a template here.
Lagosian, but when it comes to security matters and investment, Enugu State is actually leading the way. I say this because of they are not only investing in guns and all that, in technology, drones, in infrastructure.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I said Lagos State pioneered the idea of Lagos Security Trust Fund.
So they should just go and look at their
lessons they can learn from what we established in Lagos State.
Don't forget he was the pioneer board member.
No, I agree with that. We always lead, Dr. But I know that.
It's just the blueprint, right? But again, Enugu people, Enugu, just know that, all those bandits in the forest, just run away now. Just leave. Because even your dish will not protect you.
Facial recognition and everything.
Well done. What would we say? Kudos to Governor Peter Mbah. Well, now, let's highlight this video that has sparked controversy on social media. The video shows dozens of brand new luxury cars, including Land Cruisers and Hummers, branded under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. The vehicles were reportedly presented to different state coordinators for political mobilization ahead of the 2027 elections from the office of the Renewed Hope ambassadors, led by the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodimma. Let's take a look.
Ikon Allah sai kallo, yaro baya bololo, fasin yan kwallo, za ku yi murna yan kallo, Bola Ahmed dan baiwa, dan shi baya gaugawa, kafafu domin tsaiwa, in in ka ji rugum sai tsawa turanci ko turawa gyara zabi dan kowa ba ma shakka
lallai ba ma shakkar yan ganye
duka dauka
mu fade duka dauka solaye
sai mi marka
sai tunnubu kauce obe baya
olore turen olore tusan bola ashiwaju omologo
ashiwaju
My director loves this. It's from Ra Ra Ra. He's singing Omologo enough. He's singing Omologo in my ear. But you know, Governor Hope Uzodimma was appointed by President Tinubu last Tuesday as the renewed Hope ambassador, and his role in this position is to evangelize President Tinubu's agenda across the country, according to the president's special advisor, Bayo Onanuga. Of course, this video has sparked reaction, and I'll take Fez's tweet. He wrote on X, "This shameless display of luxury in the face of mass suffering is exactly why Nigeria remains trapped in deepening poverty and insecurity, while communities are being overrun by bandits, kidnappers, and armed criminals, and citizens can no longer sleep with both eyes closed. The Tinubu regime is busy sharing brand new Hilux and Hummer buses to states for what is clearly a premature 2027 campaign strategy. This is not governance. This is political gambling with the blood and security of Nigerians. The same government that tells Nigerians to endure hardship, subsidy removal, skyrocketing food prices, and brutal energy costs suddenly has unlimited funds for political logistics. Our heart, they pain us well. I mean, you can understand the frustration. I mean, this video went viral on social media. Ayo, a real comment before we take our good. I don't know if
I don't know whether each political party's strategy for winning elections in 2027, but with regards to this, it is insensitive in terms of the timing, especially like the last ex-user had posted around the fact that we're facing a lot of challenges. A number of people are still in poverty, and what we're seeing is that politicians are more interested in how they will spend money on ensuring an electoral victory come 2027. What I would say is that alongside whatever a political party chooses to do with, in terms of how to get people to vote for them, let them use, concrete evidence of actual governance as the best tool to get people on their side.
Right.
Alongside that, we spend money. Let your workings show. Let it show. So in terms of an ambassador for the renewed Hope cause, let Governor Hope Uzodimma showcase what the president has been able to achieve since he became president. Alongside all of these things that they are doing, that's what we're more interested in. And of course, I want to assume that the money is not state funds, that the money being spent is their APC's funds or the president's funds.
No, I don't believe it's state funds at this point.
So I just want to say, so in that regard, whatever they choose to do, how they want to politics, since we have spoken at length about the provisions for when campaigning should stand, no consequences yet. So let us talk about, let governance actually speak louder than this show of wealth and money and trying to induce people through monetary ways.